Today, I'm going to give you an exclusive first look at a product that probably wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you guys, the Crossfader community. And also, we've got our biggest ever giveaway. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Holland and it's a really exciting day. I can't believe it's been just 3 months since we debuted a video using these little things to showcase a technology called Scar Pro. Now, Scar Pro, if you haven't already watched the video, there is a link to the video in the top right-hand corner. But in that video, I showcase gluing 2 of these little adapters to a DJ Prime Go, a Denon DJ Prime Go, and I create the ultimate wireless setup where I have wireless headphones and wireless speakers. And the best thing about it is I'm actually able to DJ with it because Scar Pro has a fixed latency of 19 milliseconds, which is tight enough for me to be able to beat match with. So off the back of that video has done amazing views and some amazing comments on there. I think we're at 80,000 plus views at this moment in time when I'm recording, and there's hundreds of comments. And you guys, the viewer, you right there, it was your comments and your views and your opinions on this technology that has got the creator of the technology, the guys behind Scar, so excited. And they reached straight back out to us and said, look, we want to create a product that's tailor-made for professional musicians on the road. We want to take this technology and give you what I did was just a proof of concept. They've now come back to us. And today in this video, I get to show you the first look at it. This is the Danny transmitter, the first professional transmitter for Scar Pro devices. Now, to celebrate the fact that we've got our hands on the first ever Danny transmitter, we're not only going to do an in-depth look, review, and guide to this amazing creation, but we're going to give you guys our biggest ever giveaway. So do stick around to the end of the video because this one is not to be missed, believe me. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the Danny transmitter and find out what it's all about. So let's start by taking a look at the front panel of the Danny, and this is where you connect all your audio connections. So at the bottom, we have 2 input ports. These are 1/4-inch TRS inputs on 1/4-inch jack. So these can be used for different sources if you wish, but they are in mono. I personally like using these in stereo, so it broadcasts one stereo signal out to the speaker. So we've got a left and a right. And then above that, we've also got 2 more 1/4-inch TRS ports, and this is your through. So no matter what you plug into the input, the exact same signal, regardless of any of the switches or anything you press on the Danny, that signal will be mirrored and sent back out. So you can connect the Danny in the middle of, say, your mixer and a conventional set of speakers. So this is ideal for event DJs who might be playing to a bigger venue. So you can have your mixer plugged into the Danny. The Danny then transmits Scar audio wirelessly to speakers at the back of the room. So there's no running long XLR cables and power cables and worried about the cables being tripped over or having to run all your health and safety checks. You can wirelessly connect speakers at the back of the room and then connect the speakers that are stood by the side of you, next to your DJ box, into the through port. That way you've got no latency going from your DJ mixer to the speakers by the side of you, and you're able to transmit to the back of the room, or maybe you could even put your speakers in a different room. You can just put your audio anywhere you want it wirelessly, free of cables and tangles. Now the inputs on the Danny use Burr Brown for the staging and for the ADC conversion. So Burr Brown are a very high-end audio chip manufacturer. So that means what you are capturing on your input is converted to the wireless signal with the utmost of quality. So there's been a lot of money spent here making sure that your quality on your wireless transmission is as high a quality as possible. And of course, Scar Pro is known for its wide frequency range in its audio transmission, and of course for its fixed latency. So the audio quality coming from this device is superb as well. And to help with that audio quality, we have some toggle switches in the middle of each channel. Now at the bottom we have a peak red LED light. This will flash red when we get within 3 dB of the signal clipping and distorting, which is what we really don't want. And if you are using this to transmit to speakers at the back of a room, you might not be able to hear the signal being received by them. So having a visual indicator is really, really handy on the device itself. Now, as we mentioned, you can plug unbalanced or balanced signals into the inputs. So in the middle, we have a level toggle switch. So if you're using a consumer device, something like, say, like a mobile phone plugged into here, a laptop, anything that's of lower audio quality, you can toggle this to -10, and that will help set the DANI to the correct level of signal that's being received from a consumer level device. If we're DJing with it, with a professional DJ mixer, or we're using, say, an amplifier signal or something like that, something that's really strong in its line level signal, we flick the +4 switch. +4 will be for your professional audio devices. Now, each channel can individually be turned down as well in case the signal is still too strong. And if you're lighting up that peak light too often, then you can go ahead and turn the switches on the pads to -6 to drop the signal to more acceptable. And if you're receiving a really hot signal, you can drop it to -12 by using the toggle switches in the downward position. Now, this DANI can receive line level signals up to 22 decibels in strength. So you really can run a lot of hot signals into here and still transmit with the utmost quality, which is great to see in a professional environment. Around the back of the DANI device, we have our user panel. So in the left-hand corner, we have a USB Type-C port. No, this isn't a DAC. You're not going to plug this into your laptop and wirelessly transmit audio that way. This is actually a charger. Yep, that's right. This is battery powered, which is amazing. So you can charge it on USB Type-C, same as most phone chargers these days, or in fact laptops as well. And it does comply with fast charging as well. So if you have that ability, you can fast charge this device. It's got a lithium ion battery inside, which is user replaceable. So you can open up this entire casing with just 2 standard Allen key threads on the bottom, and the entire unit slides out, and you can change the battery should it die in 4 or 5 years' time. So that's a really, really, I'm so glad to see user replaceable batteries in a device like this. Too often in the audio world, we're seeing batteries being glued in and not user replaceable, and that means when the battery dies, which they all do in a few years' time, the device dies with it. This is a device built and designed to last a very long time. I mean, the chassis is solid aluminium, and the entire thing is just built to the utmost quality, which is great to see. It will not break when you throw this in your DJ bag or, take it on the road with you. Next to the charging point, we do have the battery indicator. We can check the battery by turning the device on and then single tapping the button here. And you can see we've got 2 bars of battery left here. The battery will run for around 14 hours when fully charged. And when you get down to 45 minutes of remaining charge in here, the bottom LED will start flashing at you to let you know that you need to charge it. You can use the DANI whilst it's being charged, so that's great. So if you do see it flashing, just get a USB Type-C plugged in and you can continue using it, no problems whatsoever. So next to the battery level indicator, we have the user button here. The user button is used to turn the device on and off, and also to change what mode it's in. So turning it on is as simple as just holding your finger on the button and it turns on after a second. And then you'll see we have a green illumination at the moment. Now this isn't the power state. This is actually what mode the transmitter is in. You see there's 2 different modes of SCAR. We have regular SCAR. This transmits up to 4 speakers or 4 headphones or a variety. Just 4 devices can be connected or bonded to the SCAR device. And this will relay the audio at 36 milliseconds. So you've got 4 devices at 36 milliseconds. Now, with DJing, you want a tighter latency than that ideally. So if you triple click the button, it turns red, and this means we're in SCAR Pro. Now we're going to transmit to just 2 speakers, but at 19 milliseconds of fixed latency. So you can change the mode you're in depending on what environment you're in. If you're not too bothered about the latency, but you want to connect more devices and you want to fill the room with more sound, feel free to use it in SCAR, the regular mode. But for DJing purposes, I just want to connect two speakers, such as these wireless soundbox speakers. And by triple clicking, going into SCAR Pro mode, when this is red, it automatically changes compatible devices to SCAR Pro. We don't need to touch the speakers. They just automatically pick up the signal at 19 milliseconds of latency, which is fine for our DJing. Next to the power button and user button, we have this volume control. Now, this is super useful when you're using the DANI to transmit to speakers out of our reach. So if we've got speakers at the back of the room, it's fine. We can control the volume just from here. So if your speaker does have individual volume control, you want to get this up to the max first. Set your speakers where you want them so you're not going to accidentally turn them up too loud. And then you can turn these down whenever it suits you. So this is great for controlling audio at the back of a room or in a different room. Whatever you need to do, you can do it. You can also triple click the volume button in, and that will instantly mute the speakers that are connected to this transmitter. Really, really handy. Finally, on the back of the panel, we have the antenna. Now, this is the included 2 dBi antenna. This comes inside the box with a DANI, and this is good for transmitting either SCAR or SCAR Pro up to 50 meters in range. Now, the great thing about this antenna is that because it's a standard dBi antenna, you can unscrew it like that. Once unscrewed, as you can see, the aluminium construction, it's a solid aluminium case. This will protect the switchgear and all of your inputs from damage when being transported. And then you can just simply screw this antenna back on when you're ready to play. Now, if 50 meters of range isn't enough for you and you want to increase that range, well, you can swap out this included 2 dBi antenna and you can get a 5 dBi antenna. And you can just screw that on in the same way. And now your range is increased up to 80 meters. So now we can transmit at 19 milliseconds, flawless digital audio quality for 80 meters. So you can tune this box to suit your needs by just buying different sized antennas. Now, SCAR can be used side by side with other SCAR devices. It doesn't get interfered with by Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or anything like that, so don't worry about using this in a busy room. They do suggest, though, that if you do use a DANI transmitter with another DANI transmitter, so you can have 2 of these, of course you can connect them together as well by using the through port on one to connect to the input on another. They just say place them about 1 meter apart and point their antennas at 45 degrees away from each other. And then you will have trouble-free wireless audio. And you can connect technically up to 8 speakers by using just 2 of these devices. So that's the DANI transmitter. But I know what you're all thinking. You're going, well, that's well and good, but transmitting the signal's fine. But what about receiving it? Well, more SCAR receivers are coming to market, and there isn't just expensive speakers such as the sound boxes. You can now buy from the SCAR store external receivers. Some of them look just like this. So they're just small USB powered devices that have an auxiliary cable out, and you can connect your usual PA system to one of these adapters and convert it to be wireless. There's even a battery-powered waterproof receiver just been launched as well. So if you've got a set of speakers that are comfortable playing outside, you can put a waterproof wireless receiver onto that device and run them wirelessly from your DJ console in a completely different room. The DANI is fantastically built. Like, the construction is so solid. And I love the fact you can just take it apart and change the battery should it ever die on you. You know, this is a product that's built to last. It's retailing for $199 in the US. There is worldwide shipping available as well. And it's incredible. I was super excited when I did the first SCAR Pro video. I'm even more excited now because I know that they're listening and I know that there are products coming. You know, let us know in the comments below. They've created this off the back of the first video, and they've done it in 3 months. What do you want to see wireless audio? Where do you want to see wireless audio? How do you want to see it develop? Put it in the comments below. You guys have done this. You guys have done this. This isn't us. This is you guys being so positive and so warm to the feedback. So I mentioned earlier in the video that we were going to do our biggest ever giveaway. And thanks to the guys at Scar, Denon and Soundbox, we are able to put this all together. So if you've watched this video and you're like, yeah, I love the idea, I love the technology, but you know what? I don't have a battery-powered set of decks. I don't have a set of wireless headphones, and I don't have a pair of wireless Soundbox speakers. Don't worry, we're going to give away the whole lot. We're giving away a Denon DJ Prime Go battery-powered unit. We're giving away 2 Soundbox battery-powered PA speakers, complete with tripods as well. We're giving away a Dillinger Labs DANI transmitter. You can be the first person in the world to have one of these other than in this video. And of course, we're going to give away a Nikiko Pro transmitter for those headphones. And what good is it having the transmitter without a set of headphones? So you're going to get 2 sets of Dillinger Labs Helix Wireless Scar Pro headphones and every single cable you need to connect it all together. Now, the details for this contest will be in the description below and in the card in the top right hand corner. This is the biggest giveaway in terms of money that we have ever done. You are literally getting everything you need to start event DJing on your own wirelessly. Everything. And you're going to be one of the first people in the world to have a DANI, the wireless transmitter that you guys helped create. So that is the DANI. It's a fantastic professional level audio transmitter. I can't wait to actually start using these in gigs when we finally get back on the road. And yeah, let us know your comments below. As I've said before, they are reading. And it isn't just the guys at Scar. There's a lot of other manufacturers who value your opinion more than you will ever know. So let us know in the comments below. What do you think about this? Make sure you enter that giveaway. It's a huge one. Absolutely massive. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you in another video sometime soon. Take care.